would be helpful, because I think we're just going to set these over on the counter or something later. Just go ahead, I know your name is on it, but just go ahead and put this on there too, because then you can reuse it. Now, when I paint this, I think it's going to be a little bit easier if I just paint the top first. I want to make sure as much as I can that I'm getting rid of my brush strokes. Now, if you want texture and something on there later, that's fine, but let's get this a really nice coat of paint first, okay? What you're going to notice is I'm working in a variety of directions. I want to make sure that I paint that side. If I get a little bit of paint on the bottom, am I okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now what you're going to notice is this didn't take a lot of paint, so I'm going to be able to pass this on to somebody else. That should not be a problem. Now, please do remember we do not have art club this Thursday, as we have parent-teacher conferences, and I'll be hanging out with your folks. Now, if you want to come down and show them what you're working on during conferences, that's fine. We encourage you to do that. I want to make sure that where I was painting there, I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. Make sure I have a good coat on there. If I press really hard, I'm going to smooth that paint off. Sure. If I put way too much paint on there, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. What's nice is I can pop my fingers inside there. Now, those of you who showed me 2 designs, then you've got 2 things that you need to get your base coat on. Is that right? Okay. Now, I'm actually would like you kind of wrap around a little bit on the side. Now, that might look kind of tacky when we're done. Would it look a little bit nicer if I straighten that edge out? Am I just being way too picky? I'm being too picky? I'm okay. You can call me picky. I wouldn't have found my husband otherwise. Right? He's a keeper.
Mrs. Nielsen, what do real artists? Do they straighten theirs out, or do you know? Do you have any information about that?
Well, a lot of times there's a frame
not that you're
around
not
it.
a real artist, but
Well, you know,
You
some
know
days.
the ones that were, use the.
I've never really worked with canvases this thick. Mine are normally a lot thinner, so I don't really have a good answer. But I know sometimes if you go to some place, you'll see them like this, and the edges are. But what if you didn't take it all the way around? Would you see the white from the back? I'm just wondering if that is more of a cleanup thing. It'll make it look a little bit sharper when we're all done. So I'll leave this up to you. I'm picky. I'm reading a book on all about the birth order and firstborn children and how we're really kind of picky, challenging. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to set this on there. I can go ahead, you know what? Because then can I lift it up and just go put it in my drawer? This would be an easy way to carry it. Okay? Now, because this is a color that I know someone else is going to use, I'm just going to leave this. But I am going to show you how I want paintbrushes clean, because we all know this paint, if I let this dry, did I just ruin that paintbrush?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't buy new paintbrushes. We're using actual art class paintbrushes, so I need you to make sure that we're taking care of our supplies. So what I'd like you to do